Ghostface will make a big screen comeback in Scream 6. Given how well the Scream reboot fared, this shouldn't be all that surprising. Ghostface made a return in Scream, unleashing his brutality on a new round of gullible teenagers. However, Ghostface wasn't the only well-known, face from the first series. The original trio of Sidney, Dewey, and Gale made a comeback as well, attempting to aid the adolescents in surviving. While the events of Scream were a standalone story in and of themselves, they are expected to have a significant influence on the series' subsequent installment. Here is everything you need to know about the impending Scream 6 and everything we have learned so far in light of that. Scream 6 release date. When is Scream 6 out in cinemas? It has been revealed that Scream 6 will premiere in theaters on March 31, 2023. The sequel has been in production since June 2022, so everything appears to be on schedule for the film to arrive in theaters in March 2023. Scream 6 cast. Who could be back for Scream 6? The major update is that Neve Campbell will not be reprising her role as Sidney Prescott. She said that really negotiating concerns were what ultimately determined the choice. I didn't think the offer I was given was commensurate with the value I provide to this business and have been bringing to this franchise for 25 years, she said. And as a woman in this industry, I believe it's crucial for us to fight for and receive respect. I sincerely doubt that the amount I was offered would be the same if I were a man and had completed 5 installments of a successful movie franchise over a 25-year period. And I knew deep down that I couldn't do that. I couldn't enter the set while feeling undervalued and the unfairness around that. Courtney Cox will reprise her role as Gale Weathers in the next film, along with Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega, who played sisters Sam and Tara Carpenter, respectively, in the 5th film's key roles. The fact that Scream 4-star Hayden Panettiere will reprise her role as Kirby Reed in the new film is another piece of good news that might lessen the impact of losing Sidney. We first saw her come back in August 2022, as Mindy and Chad Meeks Martin, the niece and nephew of Randy. Jasmine Savoy Brown and Mason Gooding also make a return from the previous film. Naturally, Roger Jackson, who performs the role of Ghostface, will return. The same creative team will return to work on the upcoming Scream film. Tony Revolori, who starred in Spider-Man, Samara Weaving, who starred in Home and Away, Henry Cherney, Dermot Mulroney, Jack Champion, Josh Segura, Liana Liberato, and Devin Nekoda are all new additions to Scream 6. None of them are currently playing anyone that we are aware of. Billy Loomis, played by Skeet Ulrich, made a surprise appearance in the 6th film and revealed himself to be Sam's father, even though he only appears in her hallucinations and is therefore essentially dead. Comparable appearances in the upcoming film are still possible. After a brief cameo in the 2020 film Scream, which also featured voice cameos from Drew Barrymore, Matthew Lillard, and Jamie Kennedy, we might see Heather Matarazzo reprise her role as Martha Meeks, but not as their fictional characters Casey, Stu, and Randy, who in the Scream universe must all be deceased. Nevertheless, for plot-related reasons, some characters from the 2020 film Scream, such as David Arquette's Dewey Riley, who was cruelly slain by Ghostface in the 5th film, are not returning for Scream 6. Scream 6 plot. What could Scream 6 be about? The new Scream doesn't really set itself up for a sequel in any way, as was previously said, and neither did the prior films. Sam and Tara Carpenter certainly look to be the new franchise's main characters in the new film, especially given Sam's relationship to the first film as Billy's daughter. This would inevitably make her a target, much like Sidney was in the first 3 films. We'd like to think that any subsequent movies will maintain this strategy because Scream thankfully avoided the easy twist to turn Sam into a murderer like her father. Our strategy was that she has already come to terms with Billy being a part of her. She must now continue that forward even though he will always be a part of her, according to co-director Matt Bettinelli-Alpin, who spoke to Fandom. We had a cut of the film where she was still medicating herself at the end, but we all decided it was better to not have her do that and make it actually feel like she's not just back where she started medicating away her past, and that she's actually able now to accept Billy as a part of who she is. One of the producers said, "Currently, the only plot-related certainty is that any upcoming film would poke fun at contemporary horror and filmmaking fads. We'll have to wait and see what Scream targets next after taking on a toxic fanbase and requels. Additionally, we're unsure of how they'll deal with Sidney's absence, which will undoubtedly come up. However, it would be shocking if they killed Sidney off screen, so anticipate a one-liner about her choosing not to participate this time." Scream 6 trailer. Any Scream 6 footage yet? Even though Scream 6 is now in production, it won't be long until we see the first trailer, as the previous film's trailer wasn't released until 3 months before the film's premiere. The movie Scream 6 will hit theaters on March 31, 2023. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.